Sylvie.
What? It can't be. No, I can't believe it, dude.
What? Yeah. It's called 2K Party and Games Timberwolves-Team. What? Are you watching it? Play with Sam. I'll play with you after, okay? Kyrie's. You want me to switch to LeBron's? I have Jordan's, LeBron's. I did. You ready? What? Sure. You're probably. Did you see those? Green light. I made all my shots except one. Are you gonna?
See that, you guys. It's probably the best part for me anyway. So let's jump in the water. Let's see if we can find some goodies. Here we go.
Okay. Am I started? What? What'd she say? What? Okay. Just keep it on so you can, please keep it on. Can you keep it on so when you get back so you don't have to get. Let's get it.
It's so nice to see these things go on a good purpose.
Let's drop this. Oh, Jeremy Lin.
He found phones all the time.
I know.
He found working iPhone X.
He found like 10 sunglasses already. More.
Oh no! Sapalita? Do you want her to come home? She said it's time to come home. She's making peanut butter balls.
Okay.
She thought you were gonna be there to help.
She's spending the night.
Actually, that's what she.
Let me see. He put it on the side already. No.
Dad said he wanted to play today.
What?
Dad said he wanted to play today.
Okay.
I wanted to spend the night.
She said she'll let me know, okay?
Yes. Towns got it. Towns is
I
doing
didn't
good.
say I need anything.
Am I doing good? You see it? You like that shot? Man, that should have been a block. I thought that was a block, didn't you? I was about to dunk that thing. Oh man. Vince Carter's on the Hawks now?
Yeah.
Wow. I have to guard this dude. Man.
She said maybe. Huh? She said maybe.
She said she'll take mom.
I take the W.
When, if there are.
That was a good game, Sam. You know. You gonna play my team against each other? Or? What kind of shoes? What kind of shoes do you want me to buy? You have to pick because you're my only viewer. Yeah. Like, I already have, yeah, I already have Jordans. I'll just buy some, okay.
I'm playing.
Me ain't fun on the phone.
I'm probably just gonna, I
What?
already have a lot of shoes. I'm just gonna upgrade my player.
In my room? Okay. Stop. Stop.
Okay. It's still 67. Don't leave. I'm just gonna play another game. Do you care? I can't play against you.
What's my whip on here?
What kind of salsa?
Dude, move!
You using the poncho?
Dude, move! Brady, go to your room.
Choose your character.
The Wi-Fi doesn't work with this. Otherwise, you'd never be up there.
I'm about to do my daily spin. Imagine if I get 100 million VC. That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
I'm No, you're not. No, you're
Imagine if I get 100 million VC. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'll make my dude the best dude and then buy everything else. Huh? He just cut in front of me. Oh, what is that? Oh, I just got 1 million friends. Fans. What kind of clothes do you want to put on my dude? I don't like it like this. Why? I don't like that. No. I'm about to, I'm about to play one more game and try to get more endorsements and I can get more money. What? I know. Cause you're watching my stream. Let's see what this dude gets. This boy just got 2,000 VC. This boy already at 90. Yeah. Yeah. I have 2 people watching now, bro. I know. Probably. Oh boy. Sub and like that button. 1. I know. I'm about to play another game. You think I should play? Who do you want me to play against? I want to play against the Warriors. I'm just playing. I'm playing against the Indiana Pacers. They don't got Paul George no more. They don't got nobody. Curtis. Eyes my wrist. Who likes Ricky Berwick?
Hey, Daryl. Hey. Hey, how much would you pay for something you don't want?
Nothing. Is this a test?
No. Do you like getting stuff you like for free?
Yes, this feels like a test.
It's not.
Get 6 months free Apple Music on the network you deserve. Switch now and get...
Hey, this is kind of like a part 2 video. I mean, you don't have to have seen the part 1 video to understand what I talk about in this video, but I mean, if you haven't watched part 1,
You should. So I used to work at Subway, and to be honest, about 80% of the customers were fine. Sometimes they would do something that would just personally annoy me, like ask for a meatball on flatbread. So don't feel too bad for me. Like sometimes people would ask me, can I have a turkey with lettuce, tomatoes? Whoa, 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 slow down. What kind of bread? Footlong or 6-inch? What kind of cheese? Is it toasted? Then we'll talk about vegetables. And every time someone brought in a list, there would always be something missing on it. Always. I never had someone come in with a complete list. I would ask someone, what kind of cheese? And they would say, they didn't specify. Well then, if they didn't care enough to remember cheese, I guess they'll get Swiss. If anyone watching is currently working at a Subway, then feel free to use these tricks. If someone asked me,
what kind of cheese do you recommend?
I would always say provolone, because it's the easiest cheese to pull apart with gloves on. Really, if anyone asked me what I recommended, I would just tell them the easiest thing for me to do. But even after I gave my insightful provolone cheese recommendation, sometimes people would still say,
I'll take American.
why do you even ask me what cheese I would recommend if you're not going to take it seriously? Another thing that would annoy me is when people would say the sandwich was all done, but they didn't put any sauce on it. So I would ask, any sauce? And then they would be like, oh yeah, mayonnaise. Oh, why did you tell me it was all done if it wasn't? Also, the receipt machine at the store took like 7 seconds to print out the receipt. So it would be very awkward every time I would ask people, do you want your receipt? And then they would say yes, and then we would just stare at each other.
Stir fry.
Till the receipt printed. So what I did every time someone swiped their credit card, I would just stare off into space, and in my head I would count to 5, and then I would ask, do you want your receipt? And by the time they said yes, it was like magic. As soon as they said yes, the receipt printed. At Subway, you only work with one other person. So if someone got annoyed and said, let me talk to your manager, I would just look at them and go, listen, I've been here the longest. The only other person in the store is a 16-year-old girl, and she technically isn't old enough to use a toaster, so I'm probably your best bet. I'm the manager. Like, do people think the manager will automatically take their side and give them free stuff? Yes, actually they do think that because it happens all the time. I would consider myself a pretty laid-back Subway employee. I didn't like to be stingy with people, even though I was disobeying the Subway formula on purpose. Oh, you want more than 6 olives on your footlong? Sure. Here, have a 5th slice of cheese. $1.50 for avocado? I'll charge you 75 cents, buddy. I probably shouldn't be saying these things, you know, in case this whole YouTube thing flops and I need a job. So I wasn't really strict on the rules. You know those fast food workers who are strict? No, we won't serve breakfast at 10:02. Get out. But being pretty laid back still didn't stop people from being annoying. So this one person comes in and asks for 2 footlong pastrami sandwiches. And pastrami is our most expensive sandwich. It's about $10 for a footlong. And guys, the pastrami is super good, but I wouldn't pay for it. I mean, it's good, yeah, but I'm not paying $10 for a footlong. It's not worth it. So this guy, I make his 2 sandwiches, I ring him up and I say, that'll be $20. And I guess he didn't look at the price of the sandwich on the menu, or he thought we still did the $5 footlongs, because he said to me, I ain't paying for that. And this is when I was just starting out. I only had like a week of experience. And after he said that, I responded, well, shoot, I guess you're not paying for it.
Give it, faggot.
I didn't know people could do that. Hey, I want this. All right, that's $20. Nah, you don't want it? No, I want it. I'm just not paying for it. Okay, no, but actually, we did come up with a compromise. He told me that he had $12, so he ended up paying for one of the sandwiches, and I got to eat the other one. So it all worked out. This one time I was making a sandwich for a guy with a very heavy accent, and he asks for onions on the side. No big deal. We at Subway put vegetables in little cups all the time. I actually got a soup cup because the on the side cups are teeny tiny, and I start doing my thing, but then he says, no, on the side. And I think, oh, he's getting a foot long. He probably wants onions on half of it, but not the other. So I start putting onions on half the sub, but then again he says, no, on the side. At this point, I don't know what this guy wants, so I ask him, on the side of what? And then he screams, onions! And I never figured out what he was trying to say. This one old gentleman asks for sauce to be put on his vegetables, and normally we put it on top of the sandwich with the meat. And I didn't know if I heard him correctly because I put the sauce on and then I closed the sandwich. So your sauce would have been in the same place either way. One time this woman tipped me and Corey $40. She wasn't annoying, I just want to sprinkle in some good customer stories. Okay, one time this Native American person came in, and I don't know if mentioning that was important to the story. He comes in and asks for 5 foot-long tunas. Okay, Tyler, just me and you, let's do this. And then when we're all finished, we ring him up and we say, anything else? And he says, 7 meatballs. What? He wanted 7 more sandwiches. But James, you're Subway. You're supposed to make people sandwiches regardless of how many they ask for. Yeah, I know, but the guy could have handled it differently. Normally for a platter, you have to call in at least an hour ahead, and that's only 5 footlongs.
Oh my God!
And said, hey, I'm getting 12 sandwiches.
How can they shake it in my career, but I can't shake it in my
so many
career?
customers waiting in line. No, we didn't. That's a lie. It was only him. But still, this one woman, I was making a sandwich, and for vegetables, she asked for extra lettuce. So I put on a big handful, but then she asks for more. So I put more on. More. Let's sprinkle some on. More! I won't be able to close the sandwich with any more lettuce. And she says, that's fine. All right, extra lettuce it is. So I ended up giving her an open sandwich with a mountain of lettuce. You know we do salads, right? When I was little, I always thought if I was working at a store and someone tried to rob me, I wouldn't give them any money. But now it's like, I ain't risking my life for Subway. Here, take the cash register. So thankfully, I've never had anyone pull a gun on me, but I have caught people stealing from us. I was making someone's sandwich, and this one kid asks for just a water cup, so I gave it to him. So I go back to making a sandwich, and I just hear the fuzzy soda sounds being dispensed. And I look over, and the kid is putting soda in the cup. He didn't even try to hide it. When I put soda in a water cup, I at least wait for the employees to go in the back, but I didn't even say anything. I was just like, all right, man. This guy, I totally saw him take a bag of chips, and he hid it under the counter so I couldn't see. So when I rang up his sandwich, I asked, anything else? And he said, nope. Alright, whatever. Okay, last story. I was in the back, and I was playing some Clash of Clans, and we have a computer that shows what the cameras see, and I see this woman who was eating there. She reached over the counter and took 3 large cups, and I did nothing to stop it. You know, I'm the kind of person that's like, the fast food employee is always right. Say if I was eating somewhere, and I asked for a chicken salad, and they said, we only have tuna salad. I'm the kind of person that's like, oh, well, I guess I'm having the tuna salad then. I think people need to realize that these fast food workers are actually people, and not something for you to use to get a free sandwich. I did mean it when I said in the last video that everyone at some point should work in a fast food or retail job. It's nuts. Okay, we're done. Look, she's actually putting 6 olives on a footlong. One of them even fell off.
No.
You want to know something sad? I've earned more money from the 2 Subway videos I made about working at Subway than I did actually working at Subway for over a year. So here we go, Subway part 3, baby. I still got more to say. I used to work there, in case you didn't know that. When I moved out and was all on my own for college, I was feeling a little lonely and homesick. So one day I decided, hey, I'm gonna get some Subway for lunch. Food that I used to almost eat every day and got for free for over a year, I was gonna pay full price for. I just wanted a taste of home. I wasn't expecting to ever tell this story, but it turns out the employee making my sandwich was a huge idiot. As I was waiting in line, I noticed my favorite sandwich, the Turkey Italiano, wasn't on the menu. The Turkey Italiano, by the way, is the same as the Italian BMT, but instead of ham, you put on turkey. Very simple change. I asked the worker, do you guys have the Turkey Italiano? And he said, no. So then I asked, can I get a BMT, but instead of ham, I have turkey? And you know what he said to me? He said, no. I don't think I'm asking for too much. At my Subway, the BMT and the Turkey Italiano were the same price, okay? And what do you mean, no, you can't put on turkey? Who's stopping you? I know for a fact that you don't count the slices of turkey at the end of the night. Just hook me up, please. I'm feeling sad. So I just got the BMT with all the vegetables because it's more food for the same amount of money and I was a poor college student. And also because screw that guy. Have fun trying to close that sandwich. But then when he was all done, he put my sandwich by the cash register and then he just started helping the next customer. And they hadn't even started making their sandwich. Just ring me up so I can leave and then help the next person. But no, I had to wait for him to finish this person's sandwich. If I wasn't so nice, I would have just took the sandwich and walked off. But I didn't. because I'm so nice. I've realized telling you that story, it sounds like I'm one of those customers who complain about everything and say, let me talk to your manager. But really, the whole time I just stood there awkwardly. But I think I can complain a little bit. I used to work at a Subway. I know how things are supposed to work. Subway, if you're somehow watching this, you need to hire more people. Like me. Speaking of me, when I was working at Subway, I never liked wearing my name tag because when I was making people's sandwiches, I hated it when complete strangers would say, thanks, James. How did you know? Oh, right, the name tag. So I never wore my name tag. I just work at Subway, okay? We don't need to know each other on a first name basis. Just take your food. For some reason, I don't like it when strangers know my name. But now that's all thrown out the window. This one time a customer came in and for some reason I couldn't help but feel like I'd seen her somewhere before. Her face was so familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So I made her sandwich, I rang her up, she paid for it, and as she grabbed her stuff she said, yeah, I'm going up to my father's funeral this weekend. After my mother died, he couldn't last that long. Oh, that's why I remember her. She came in last week telling me the same story. What are you supposed to say to that? Yeah, that really sucks. I'm just some underpaid sandwich artist with really bad people skills. Did she really not have anyone else to talk to? That just makes it extra sad. I ended up giving her a free cookie. I'm just kidding, no I didn't. Luckily, my coworker Corey heard this and he talked to her and he was very nice. Corey's a lot better at being nice to people. One time I was closing the store, I turned off the open sign, and I was opening the front door to bring in the table and chair from outside. But while I was bringing in the table, these two old guys got out of their car and asked, are you guys closed? Yep, is what I would have said if I wasn't so nice. Instead I said, fine. Even though it was past 10, I let them order their sandwiches. When they came in, the 16-year-old girl I was working with was not happy. They started apologizing for coming in so late. Oh, I didn't realize places in Arizona close so early. Blah, 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 we're vampires. And I said, it's whatever, just order your sandwiches. And then he said, can I have 3 salads? And I actually laughed. But he didn't laugh. Oh, you're being serious. I let you in past closing and you want 3 salads? Do you know how many dirty dishes that'll make? As I was making this guy's 3 salads and 16-year-old girl was making the other guy's 2-foot-long sandwiches, a third guy not associated with these two came in. Guess he didn't see the open sign not illuminated. I finished helping the 2 old guys and then I started helping the third guy and he asked, what time do you guys close? 15 minutes ago. But after everything was said and done, the 2 old guys tipped us $5 and the third guy tipped us $1. So I mean, between me and the 16-year-old girl, a $3 tip ain't so bad. I actually heard from one of my old coworkers that the husband and wife owners of my old Subway watched my 2 other Subway videos. So they might be watching this one, and I just wanted to say that by letting those 3 guys in, I showed initiative and was looking out for customer satisfaction. Yeah. One time I brought a laser pointer into work because I knew I'd be bored, and I was. Except the boy I was working with was shining it outside at the cars driving by, and I told him not to do that because it's probably stupid, illegal, and really dangerous. Later, I was going to go clean the bathrooms. I saw the laser pointer on the counter, and I said, hey dude, while I'm cleaning the bathrooms, don't shine the laser pointer at the cars. I told him that. When I was all finished cleaning, though, I saw him sitting by the window just shining the laser at the cars. At first, I wanted to go up to him and say, dude, stop. But then the other part of me thought, I'm not this kid's dad. I told him to stop twice and he didn't listen. Whatever happens is his problem. He ended up getting fired. Yeah, a lady came in and said, let me talk to your manager. And I said, I can give you her phone number. And boom, he got fired. I know I'm the one who brought in the laser pointer, but I don't really blame myself for him losing his job. That was a stupid thing for you to do, kid. Once again, I was the good employee. I mean, I didn't show that much initiative that time, though. So before I worked at Subway, I like to go to this taco place and get the same thing every time, the carne asada fries. Later, I learned that the carne asada fries are 2,000 calories. That was the only thing I ever got at this taco place. And I used to be super self-conscious, thinking, man, these employees must think I'm so weird coming in getting the same thing over and over. But then when I worked at Subway, I learned, nope, fast food employees don't care about you or your order. Unless you're mean to them or tell them that you're going to your dad's funeral, fast food employees will not remember you. One time someone came in and told me, I'll have the usual. And I said, I've literally never seen you before in my entire life. I didn't really say that. If any of you are working at a really slow Subway, here are some fun games for you to play. Cut up a loaf of bread into small pieces and make a mini sandwich with 1 meat and 3 different vegetables. Give it to your coworker and have them eat it without looking. Then they have to guess what's on the sandwich. And that's it. You can set up a point system, like they get 1 point for every ingredient they get right. Also, you can do the same game by mixing up 2 sodas and have them guess. You can walk into the freezer and see how long you can last. My record's an hour. You can bring in some vanilla ice cream and just make all sorts of stuff with that. You can make root beer floats. You could take 2 cookies and put ice cream between them and make a cookie ice cream sandwich. 16-year-old girl made this thing, I think it was called the Kazuki. You put cookie dough in a bowl and then you cooked it, but not all the way, and then you put ice cream on top of it and it was super good. You can make nachos and bread bowls, and we wasted a lot of food. I still don't know why that guy didn't give me a turkey Italiano. I mean, at my Suabwe, we made bread bowls and nachos. Okay, all right, here's my favorite Suabwe sandwich besides pastrami. The pastrami's good, but it's expensive. So the next best thing, aka what I usually get, is the turkey Italiano on wheat bread and provolone cheese. And whenever I made mine, I would put on extra meat and extra cheese. So I guess if you want to recreate my sandwich, you have to get double meat and double cheese, which, if you ask me, is the standard amount of cheese and meat you should put on the sub. Toast it, obviously, and then you put all the vegetables on it besides banana peppers and jalapenos and only a little bit of pickles. So actually, I did ask the first guy to put on all the vegetables, not out of revenge, but because I actually like all the vegetables on my sub. Then a little bit of mayo. They normally put on so much mayo, just ask for 1 stripe, and then the same amount of mustard, and then some oil, vinegar, salt,
I'm still winning.
and then wrap that puppy up.
Jimmy Butler at the line for some free throws.
But if Suabwe is ever going to hire me as their new
Look at Jones's shoes.
I can't be insulting one of their sandwiches in a video. It was the
My shoes are better though.
A horrible sandwich. Okay, there are good meatball sandwiches out there. It's just the ones at Suabwe are dumb. I do want to say something about the plushies. I know I said in the last video that they were going to be out by Christmas, but that didn't happen. They were shipped out late. But as of right now, they have shipped already, and you should have gotten a confirmation email. So if you haven't gotten yours, then they should be arriving very, very soon, is what I'm saying. Thanks for watching. Happy, good way to start out the new year, and wear your seatbelt.
Yeah, but he got blocked. Come on, Tyus.
Hello?
Got you.
Okay. It's for you, James.
Got you.
Hey, James, this is James from the future. Just wanted to give you a call and let you know that puberty can be tough, but you can get through it. So I just wanted to let you know that everything's going to be okay, and I love you.
You said puberty.
You got the wrong number.
Come on,
I grew up in a
Sam.
generation where smartphones were a new thing, and everyone in my class had one, except for me. My parents never got me one because they didn't want me to access the internet on a device that could fit in my pocket, because they were super strict and didn't want me looking at internet stuff, which backfired horribly. So they never gave me a smartphone. In fact, I didn't even get my first cell phone until I was 16 years old. Now, as an adult who uses a cell phone every day, I don't know how I survived for 16 years without one. I think when I was younger, if I was ever in a situation where I needed to call my parents, I would just ask the nearest person if I could borrow their phone. Now, if there's any parents watching this who haven't given their children a cell phone yet, take it from a guy on the internet with no children. You should get them one. It doesn't have to be a smart one, you can just give them your standard drug dealer phone, but you should at least give them a cell phone in case there's an emergency and they need to call you or the police. The only downside I can think of giving your child a phone is they'll end up spending too much time on it, so you should just turn off their service from time to time, I don't know. When I turned 16 and finished up my sophomore year of high school, I got my very first cell phone. An LG Cosmos 2. I didn't grow up in the 90s. Everyone else had iPhones, but I was the only one with a phone that had a keyboard on it. And with that cell phone, I had a couple of incidences where sometimes a random person would call me thinking I was someone else and then wouldn't admit they're wrong. And that's how you segue into the theme of this month's video. This first story happened when I was working at Suabwe. That's right, another Suabwe story. Hashtag Suabwe4. It wasn't good enough to be in the other 3. So, it was 5 minutes until closing, and we get a phone call on the Suabwe phone. I pick it up and say,
Okay, I'm trying.
Thank you for calling Suabwe. How may I help you? I was supposed to say, this is James.
Oh, dude.
I'm playing
But
guitar on
I wasn't
my
about
own.
to tell this
No, you're
random
not.
stranger my
It's
name.
me and Sam.
Idiot. Anyway, the other person on the line said, "Hey, what time do you guys close?"
You're a faggot.
You're
In
faggot.
5 minutes. Is it alright if I show up late? I just need gas. And good employee that I was totally willing to make this guy sandwich over the phone, let him pick it up after we closed, and then I wouldn't ring him up and just pocket the money. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's a crime. Please don't sue me. So I said, yeah, I can do that. What kind of sandwich do you want? And he said, I just need gas. Oh, don't worry, sir. This sandwich will give you plenty of gas. I mean, do you want chips or something? No, he said. I just need gas. I was a little confused. Okay, yes. So you'll get gas, then are you gonna stop by and pick up a sandwich? And he said, I don't want a sandwich. And then it hit me. Even though the first thing I ever said to this guy was, thank you for calling Suabway, I think he thought he was talking to a gas station. So I said, sir, this is a Suabway? Oh. And I never got the chance to tell him that gas pumps don't close. This next story happened when I was at home and I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. Now, I've had friends tell me that they don't answer the phone to any number they don't recognize, but my anxiety won't let me do that. What if it's your bank calling saying your account got hacked? What if it's your grandma, because why would you have her saved in your phone? Or what if it's your Nigerian uncle who wants to give you his collection of gold bars and needs your information for a wire transfer? You just never know, so I always pick up the phone. So I answered it, and it was this woman asking for a Lawrence. And I said, oh, I'm not, you have the wrong number. And she goes, isn't this 416295? That's obviously not a real number, so don't try calling it. And I said, no, this is 416293. Because that's my phone number. Again, that's not actually a valid phone number, so please don't call it. And she goes, 3? I don't think I pressed 3. And I don't know what to say to this woman, because my number is 416293. It's really not. But she doesn't think she pushed 3, so I don't know how she's talking to me right now. Unless she did. So I said, well, obviously, you did. And then I made a comic about the whole situation because I thought the internet would think it was funny. This next story happened not too long ago. I got a call from a number I didn't recognize at 9:30 in the morning, and I was lying in my bed, asleep. And most people would agree that you're supposed to be awake and productive at 9:30. And I didn't want whoever this stranger was thinking I'm lazy, so I had to answer the phone with my best, I've been awake for 7
Gatorade or Foot Locker? I'm doing Foot Locker, so I can get fresh shoes.
You're going to have to come quickly. Timmy fell down 12 fence.
What?
I said you're going to have to come quickly because Timmy fell down 12 fence.
I could tell it was a woman on the phone, but it was either her accent or the phone being buggy or I just had woken up, but I could not understand anything she was saying. But I could make out one word, which was Vance. So, I did not have a lot to go off of. I said, I think you have the wrong number.
I'm trying to, okay, I'm joining.
Goodbye.
You gotta go quickly because Timmy fell down.
Well, I should probably get the day started, I thought as I went back to sleep. But then immediately I got a call from the same number, and I thought, okay, maybe if this person is calling again, even after I explicitly told her she had the wrong number, maybe it's not a wrong number after all. Maybe there's something else going on. Maybe it's an emergency, so maybe, talk to me.
Hold it, fans.
Okay. I can't understand anything you're saying. So then this woman must have
I wanna
handed
be
the
the
phone to her
Warriors.
friend because a different voice started talking, and I could actually understand her, and I'll never forget what she said, which was, Vance, no one thinks that you're funny. And even though I'm not Vance, that kinda hurt. So I stated the obvious, which was, yes, I am. And also I'm not Vance. And she said, no, Lance. So this whole time, these two have been looking for a Lance. So I told this woman, I'm not Lance either. And she said, well, this is the number they gave me. Okay, if she had said it like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is the number they gave me. I didn't mean to call you, stranger. Also, I do think you're funny and enjoy your videos," then that would have been totally fine. She's just shifting the blame to someone else. But instead, she sounded so condescending, like I was wasting her time. "Well, this is the number they gave me, and they can't be wrong, so you must be the real Lance." So I said, "Well, they must have given it to you wrong. Look, I'm too tired to be polite." But then, she hung up on me. Like this woman just basically called a random person, said,
Your Lonzo,
and then hung
your
up.
point guard's
So I
Lonzo
decided to
Ball.
call her back and said, "Hey, I just found the
You
real
trash.
Lance. He's the funniest guy I ever met, and he told me he doesn't give his phone number out to rude pieces of shit." Just kidding on the last part. I thought about doing it, but then I went back to sleep. I didn't do it. And then someone on the internet found my phone number, and I changed it. And whoever has my old number is probably getting a lot of calls from strangers and people I went to high school with. Sorry about that. Hey guys, I'm back. I haven't done an end card in a while. Should probably be my next new catchphrase. If you didn't know, I wrote a book and you can buy my book. But if buying things online isn't your style, it's also available at Barnes & Noble or any other local bookstore. Be sure to check it out in a library. And remember to give it back. Thanks for watching, everyone. Honestly, thank you for being so patient. I wish I didn't have to go a whole month between posting, but I hope this was worth the wait. Thank you to Rushlight Invader for animating some segments. If any animation looked at all decent, that was him doing it, not me. Thank you to Anti-Darkheart for making the backgrounds, and also thanks to Pantless Pajamas and Toonsy for doing the coloring. And also thanks to Jacksepticeye for voicing one of the characters. The character was supposed to have an accent, and I was like, "Dude, you're perfect for this. Do you want to voice a character?" And he was like, "Yes." Thanks again, everyone, for watching. I'm going to VidCon Australia now, so I'll let you know how that went when I get back. I'll see you all later, and wear your seatbelt.
Dude got slammed on. Shut up. Did y'all just get home?
So originally I was going to make a video talking about Boy Scouts because I was a Boy Scout, but then as I was writing the script I thought about all the fun things I did as a Cub
Hi, you're
Scout.
cold.
So here we are. Cub Scouts is something you can do before you're old enough to be a Boy Scout. It's not required to do Cub Scouts to be a Boy Scout. It's just if you're up to it or if your parents signed you up, you can do it. Now you're already pretty young when you can start doing Boy Scouts. It's why it's called Boy Scouts, not Man Scouts. You can start doing Cub Scouts when you're 7. At what point does it just become babysitting in uniform? So all you people watching over the age of 7, let me tell you what you missed out on. Unlike Boy Scouts that wear a tan uniform, Cub Scouts wear a dark blue uniform. Now there are 4 ranks to the Cub Scouts. There were some requirements you had to do to go up the ranks, but if you went to the meetings every week, you'd be fine. You didn't have to do anything on your own time. And even if you did all the requirements in the rank, you still had to be in the rank for at least a year. So basically the ranks were based on your age. When you were 7 years old in 1st grade, you were a Tiger Scout. The 2nd graders were the Wolf Scouts, the 3rd graders were the Bear Scouts, and the 4th graders, aka the really cool ones because you're the oldest. Actually, before I tell you, just guess what the mascot for the 4th and final rank of Cub Scouts is. Leave your guesses in the comment box below. Just kidding, don't do that, I don't care. We have a tiger, a wolf, and a bear. That rhymed. What animal is cooler than all 3 of those? I'll tell you. Nothing. And that was the mascot. There was no mascot. Welcome to the real world, 4th graders. There's no such thing as cartoon anthropomorphic animals. So if you did guess anything in the comments, you were wrong. I told you not to guess. The 4th and final rank of Cub Scouts was called Weebelows. Weebelows. Very fitting name. It goes Tiger, Wolf, Bear, Weebelows? What kind of animal is that? Apparently it's supposed to stand for We Be Loyal Scouts. because we talk like pirates. Don't worry, Cub Scouts, I'll make you a mascot for
He
the
was about to
Weeblo
dunk on you, but
Here,
I
it's a
didn't
made-up
want him to get him
animal for a
hurt.
made-up word. Use it however you like. The Wikipedia page also talked about a bobcat badge, but I don't remember doing that, so that's whatever. It's not important. I can't even remember what we did as Cub Scouts.
Stop lying.
We would just meet at some person's house. I think it was one of the kids' moms, and she just had some activity for us to do outside, and we would just play. My mom told me that she was my scout leader for a year, but I don't remember that. I do remember we talked about bike safety, and I remember I fell off my bike a lot. I still got the award though. Each rank had a handbook that said what activities you would do, and I looked on Google for pictures of the handbook, and I found these books with gritty, serious, tough covers. And I was shocked because the handbooks I grew up with had the mascots on them, and I liked it. The old books were cute and had pictures. You're not trying to get rid of the mascots, are you, Cub Scouts? I think it's funny that each mascot gets progressively unhealthier, which is why my Weeblo mascot looks the way it does. And I think I might be suppressing this memory, but every time we went up a rank, there would be this award ceremony thrown by the leaders, and I think we metaphorically drank the blood of the mascot. I mean, it was really just fruit juice, but... hey TJ.
Yeah.
Do you remember Cub Scouts?
Yeah.
Did we, whenever we went up the ranks, did we metaphorically drink the blood of the mascot?
I think that's just something our leaders did. Like, some leaders chose to do it and ours did, but I don't think everyone did it.
Oh, we had weird leaders.
Yeah, I guess we did.
Okay, bye TJ. So another thing we did as Cub Scouts was go to this thing called Cub Scout Day Camp.
Oh, that should have been a block. That should have been a
But I
block.
hated it. Cub Scout Day Camp took camping and made it unfun. And surprisingly, even as a 7 and 8-year-old, I loved camping. Really, Jane? Someone who sits in front of the computer all day drawing Pokemon? You
That's
like
a
toughing
break.
it out and sleeping
Oh
in the
my
woods?
God.
Yes! Oh, yes! If you've never been camping, get on that. I'm talking
Terrible.
about real camping, though, not this day camp. Cub Scout Day Camp was during the summer, an Arizona summer, and we would get up super early, like 8 o'clock, eat breakfast at home, and then you and your whole troop carpooled for about 2 hours to camp. There were a bunch of other Cub Scout troops that met there too. It was a pretty big thing. You were supposed to pack your own lunch, and all the other boys had really cool lunches like Lunchables and Go-Gurts and, ironically, Suabway. I was jealous of kids with Suabway sandwiches, and all my mom packed me was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on wheat bread. So before the day even starts, I'm already in a bad mood. You start the day sitting in this big
That's a
auditorium,
big
but it's
foul.
outside. The leaders would tell you to drink lots of water, and they actually gave all the troops a bag of water balloons, and they wanted us to throw them at each other because that would keep us moist and not die of heat stroke. But water balloons are stupid because 90% of the time they don't even break on impact. You're just beating some poor kid to death with a bag of water. Then you would separate into your troop, and there was a rotation of activities for you to do all day. We ate dinner, and then we went back to the auditorium, and some of the leaders put on a play. I mean, it was a pretty
I was
dumb
about to be
play,
on
but
one.
I was invested in the story. But then at 10 p.m., you went home. You didn't even get to sleep in a tent. Sleeping in a tent is one of the most fun things about camping. And also, the whole time, we didn't get a campfire because it's dangerous to have fire around 7 to 10-year-olds or something. But they did let us do archery, because that's safe. Then the next day, you went back and you did it all over again. And then you would do it for a third day, too. So 3 days of this. 3 days of people throwing water.
Oh, I thought that was going in.
Back because you have a weak throwing.
Shut up, Sam.
You're probably wondering, James, what's with all the complaining? This sounds like fun. I mean, sure, other kids probably had fun. I might have been a little dramatic as an 8-year-old. One time on the second day of camping, I was clumsy and I kept falling off the rocks that I was climbing on. And I kept getting all these scrapes and bruises and they really hurt. And then we went swimming. That was one of the activities. There was a swimming pool. But just being the little punk kid that I was like, no, I don't want to go swimming. So they made me
You
sit
didn't
up to
even
the
block
side
it. That
and
was
they said I couldn't
Kuzma.
swim. But then later I was like, I want to go swimming now. After you swam, the leaders told you to check your shoes for scorpions, and I remember I didn't check because I hated everyone. And you know the play the leaders put on at the end of the day? It was split up into 3 parts, 1 part for each day. so it was left on a cliffhanger. I wanted to go see it, but everyone else in the troop wanted to play with water balloons. And I never found out how the play ended. The next morning, when I was supposed to leave for the third day, I told my mom that I didn't want to go, and she had to tell the car
Oh my
that her son didn't want
God.
to go because he's
Hell, LeBron
Afterwards, when they were
sucks.
handing out the awards, I didn't get a single award because I didn't go the third day, so I didn't finish any of the activities. And then I never went back to Cub Scout day camp since, and that's why I hated it. Whoa, I didn't even mention the Pinewood Derby. I didn't even mention the Pinewood Derby! So, I like the Cub Scouts. I think it's good because it makes you
That
go...
should have been a charge. You ran the heck out of
things
me.
or something. I mean, look how I turned out. Also, in case you missed it, I've set up a store now. I got a whole bunch of stuff for you. One of the products that I'm excited
Stop
about
lying.
is the plushies. Also, everything in the store is on sale, but only until October 14th. So you have a couple of days left to do your shopping, I guess. And if you buy a plush by October 21st, it will come with a signed card by me, obviously. Who else would sign it? So I think that should wrap up the video right after you wear your seatbelt.
Oh my God. McGee sucks. Like Dre's. Ha. Yeah. Lucky. That's just luck. My God. Walk it up. It won't even let me switch the person. Hit those. Yeah. Yeah. How you like that, Sam? How you like that, Sambo? No! Block him. Yeah! Well, why can't he hit a shot? He's better than LeBron. KD. Yep. thought that blocked that. I thought I blocked it. I have 18.0 rebounds and 4 assists. What's your points? Yup. But there's Lonzo's wide open. I was better than LeBron. But yeah, he is. LeBron's trash. Because they feel bad for him. Well, thanks. I want to see if I can come over, or you can come over to my house tomorrow. Oh yeah. No, tomorrow. Oh yeah, today's Wednesday. Where do you have to go somewhere?
What?
You want to see if you can come to my Thanksgiving? Why'd he shoot that? Why'd he shoot that? Why did Lonzo shoot that?
Are you getting tired, Ashley? Good.
There you were. Then who passed it from Big T game 1? Oh, Jarepka. Oh, you're trash. Cut to the basket. Oh my God, he's trash. Oh my, and one, thank God. That's me. Lonzo's wide open. You ain't making this. Yes. What would it pass? I pushed X like 5 times. Oh my.
Jackson, I was just trying to screw up my own food. Get away from each other. God. Please.
Oh my god. I'm shaking this boy. Shoot. Good rebound, Loon. Let's win this, boy.
Look at myself. Hey, that's mine.
Who gave that to you?
Nobody, I made it.
Stop lying.
I colored the back. I did.
Let me see.
The crayons. I said I colored this with crayons.
Stop lying.
No, I really did. I watched it off the video. How to?
You didn't.
I did that. The same thing.
So where'd you get these?
Mom.
Oh, don't.
Nana helped me.
Stop lying.
Did. Oh.
That's Brady's.
Nuh-uh.
It is. He gave it to
No,
you.
ask him. This is.
Sam. I'm hungry. I'm about to go get something to eat after this game. Are you hungry?
Saturn. On it.
Oh, that was a nice shot.
Neptune. Pluto. Mercury.
Oh, he was about to hit that.
I did good, didn't I?
That was Brady's. Yeah, it was.
This is what I sleep. This is my blanket.
I ain't even shaking it. Now I am. Okay, that means you. Go on, shoot.
In the back shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I'm not. Because I can, if I want to.
This is mine, so don't be proud. Don't be proud.
I just got Sam to rage. I just got slammed to rage.
That's what it says in rage.